Hi guys, as you can see, I'm alone today. I really didn't want to film this video, but in the interests of memories for the future, I thought I really need to sit down and just film this. It was very spontaneous. It came about because of me editing Monday's video, which I have no idea when I'm putting this video up, so I don't know when you will be seeing this. But I was editing the video where we baked no-bake trail mix bites, and in the video we were working around my dog Bella. We were going to have her make a cameo appearance in the video because she's getting old and she's been doing very poorly. And so we picked her up, and just when we picked her up, the camera cut out. Which was irony and like perfect foreshadowing, I guess. Because that weekend, which was a couple of days later, she started getting much, much worse. She had been having seizures the past week, and that was a worse progression from before, when she was having seizures like once every 6 months to a year. So we knew that things were escalating, which is why I made the comment about she's been having seizures, and so before she dies, let's have her in a video. Before I go on, she's still alive as of right now, which is why I'm making the video now. But over the weekend, she started having trouble breathing. She was like panting, and whenever she would go, like anything that was the least bit exciting or exerting, like running from one place to another, or see me when she first got up in the morning, she'd be like breathing really hard, which was not like her. She'd sometimes cough to the point of like almost throwing up. And then she started not wanting to eat, which is kind of like a sign for Bella, because she's right here next to me, if you're wondering when I keep looking over and petting. Is kind of like a sign to me, because she always has wanted to eat. Hold on a second, I just realized we have really bad loud noise and I forgot to close the window. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Sorry about that. Okay, anyhow, where was I? So she started not wanting to eat, and she's always wanted to eat. She's always loved to eat, and I've been having to coax her into eating. At first I had to put treats in her food to get her to eat. Now I can, like, I've learned little tricks of the trade and stuff to get her to eat, but she still won't like immediately eat as soon as I release her and tell her she can have it, which is very much unlike her. That really quiet whine, if you know or have a dog, you probably know what I'm talking about, where it's not quite a whine, it's like a wheeze. She has been doing that more and more, but now, like right now, she's doing it constantly. So I think she's in pain. She obviously is having trouble breathing. She's not wanting to eat. All these things added up to each other, and I was talking about it with my mom, and we both kind of agreed that we're gonna have to start considering putting her down, because her quality of life is not just poor, but is, how would you say this? It's more than not good. It's painful, and I don't want her to be in pain. I don't want her life to be dragging out because I can't let go of her. And this is where my conundrum comes in, because I've had Bella since I was 13, and so to me Bella's just like a part of my life. I remember not having her, but she's very much been a part of my life, and so the thought of her being gone is just overwhelming, and I try to get used to it, but I don't think I'll really be able to grasp it until it actually happens. It seems too big and it seems overwhelming, and I can't even imagine it fully. But at the same time, her personality has not been what it really is, if that makes sense, for the past many years, since she was probably 8 or 9, and she's almost 13, which I recognize as pretty old for a dog of her size and breed, but she hasn't really been what I would call herself since she was about 9. And so I've kind of gotten to slowly let go of her, because as she got older and older, she got more and more routine driven, and she wanted things at the same time that she always had them, and there wasn't much room for people interaction. Like, she still loved me, but she got less and less interested in snuggling. She didn't really enjoy bonding activities as much, unless they were just like, it's just what we do and it's part of our routine. So all that to say that my heart kind of started letting go of her, and it became more and more of a detached relationship. I used to joke that it's like a business contract. Like, I give her food and sleep and stuff like that, and I have this dog that looks up to me and expects those things from me, and so it's like this business contract, which it kind of has been. And so that's the hard part for me, because I'm afraid that I won't be sad enough when she's gone, because her personality was not the best dog personality to fit mine, and even when she was younger, she was more independent than I would have chosen if I could have chosen her personality. But then as she got older, she just got more and more of a loner. And so I've been kind of, I guess, separating myself from her. And part of me really regrets that, because, and I knew I would regret that, but part of me regrets it because I know that I'm going to wish that I'd spent that time with her. I'm going to wish that I had her on my lap more often, went over and petted her. I'm going to wish that I'd said more good things about her when she was alive, and not always talked about the things she did wrong. But it's just kind of all come down on me all of a sudden, like over this weekend. Like, we could be putting Bella down on Monday. That to me was just so huge that my mind just refuses to believe it, that she will not ever be a part of my life. But then part of me goes, but she hasn't really been, except for dog duties that you have to do because you're a dog owner, and so you have to make sure that you have to be responsible for her, make sure she gets fed and bathed and cut and trimmed, and all the things that owning a dog entails. And so how am I really going to be sad, and what are people going to think if I don't go through really a grieving process, or what are people going to think if I don't cry? I don't tend to be someone who cries easily anyway, but if I'm not crying for my dog, I don't want it to be overly focused on what other people think. But there's part of me that's judging myself, because I'm like, she's important to me. But she is, and she's been important to me over the course of my life. She's part of the reason that I've grown to the point that I am. But because she's such an important part of who I am today, where I am today, I wanted her to make an appearance on the channel. My hope for this channel is that going forward, we will just continue making videos, because Abby and I love doing it. And I want something to represent her, some piece of her to be there to show that she was a part of my life, that she was there, that she's not just this dog in the past. So this is kind of like an introductory video to Bella and a goodbye video to Bella. In the past, when I was kind of like I was saying about the business contract, there have been times that I thought, if only I didn't have Bella to be responsible for, I could go and do things. I could spontaneously go and travel somewhere, or I could go visit so-and-so, like without having to think about who's responsible for Bella. We could all go on a family vacation with the other two dogs who travel very well and not have to find a dog sitter for Bella who doesn't travel well. And so on top of all this, I feel guilty because I feel like I kind of wished for her to die, even though I didn't. I just felt like life would be so much easier if she wasn't around. And now that it's coming, I feel like that I wished for it, even when I didn't. Or that there was some part of me that was like, if only Bella would die. Part of it, to be fair to myself, is that I've wished naturally that she would, I guess, die. I guess I kind of wished for her to die so that she would be out of her misery, because I didn't, up to this point, she hasn't been in so much misery that I felt that I could end her life on a clear conscience. But she just hasn't been having the best life, and she's mostly been eating and sleeping, and I just kind of felt really sad for her. And I'm like, it would be so much easier for you if you died. So there was a part of me that felt like that, but there's also this huge guilt that comes with it. Anyhow, that's enough about me and enough about my feelings about Bella and about Bella dying, and I might do another video after Bella dies. I don't know. So anyhow, I want to introduce you to Bella, and let's see, I'm gonna see if I can move the camera so you can see her. Isn't she cute? And I know she's probably not in focus, but she's just so cute sitting here on my lap. Okay. There we go. I hope that's basically back where it was. But I wanted to show you how she was laying there before I picked her up to show her to you. So this is Bella. Bella, say hi to the camera. Hello. She's a very vocal dog, always has been, so she yelps and cries and howls a lot. She doesn't howl as much as she used to, but she's a big whiner, especially when she wanted her food. She's really like lazy right now because the last couple of days where she hasn't been feeling well, she's been really lazy. But good. Say hello, Bella. But so there she is. Yeah. Bella. I'll probably take a couple of shots of her playing around, but I'll let her sleep there. What are you doing, Bella? You can kind of see her walking around now. I wanted to get some footage of her just kind of wandering around so you could see her. I'm not gonna show the dirty laundry. Come on. Anyways, I'll probably insert this at the end before the outro so you can kind of see Bella in her natural habitat of just kind of wandering around. Hello. Are you pretty sitting? Are you pretty sitting? Come on. You ready? Should we go? Come on. Come on. She doesn't like running anymore. Come on. Okay. Good girl. I hope you enjoyed this kind of ramble of like a brief summary of how I feel about my dog getting put down soon. If you want to hear more about the story of how I got Bella, or any anecdotes of Bella and I, give the video a thumbs up and put in the comments what you want to know about me and Bella. If you're liking the videos Abby and I are putting out, please subscribe and hit the little bell to know when we make a new video. You will get a notification. You can follow us on social media on Instagram and Twitter. We are at AhaSisters. and we will see you again next Monday. I don't know when this video is going up. Bye.
Say bye. Bye. Tell them bye. I don't know if you'll see them again. Say bye. Woo.